I've got 4 kids. He doubled the amount of fish that he turned into wine.
They remind me of a heady. True, he needs to grow up.
And he's back. Yes, kebabs definitely come from Turkey, and you can say that.
Woo! We are live. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the New Look Spudathon. And tonight we have Chris. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Ricky, say hello.
I've got 4 kids.
And last but not least, Trevor. Say hello, Trevor.
Hello.
The coolest man on the stream. Welcome to our New Look.
Coldest. Always. 9 degrees preferred temperature.
So, how's people?
I'm just watching it here. It looks fucking great.
What?
Like the layout and stuff.
Yeah, no, it works nicely. I've been working on that. We're going to discuss that in a bit. How's everyone doing? All having
Fabulous.
a good time?
Yeah.
Mega.
It's tired.
Yeah, as good as could be.
It feels like it's been ages since we've all been here.
Well, we had a week
Cheers.
off, didn't we? It's nice to have a week off, but we're back.
I've had 2 weeks off. I've not been here for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Not that
of course
for 2
you have.
weeks.
Yeah, there was a
Part-timer.
cat, and then
Yeah, back cat, and then
I
the
had a
best
week off. Then everyone saw my nipples. Sorry about that, everyone. That was just
it's disgusting.
that was too much, wasn't it? Right, let's say a few hellos to people. So we got Evelyn Anderson, hello. Brian Craven, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Jackie Luck,
Emily's here.
hello
White
to
Wasp.
you, and Phil Luck as well. Sorry for your loss. Joe Tuffin, hello. Anne Blair, hello. Mike Crooks, hello. Emily, hello. Lovely Emily. Donna, hello. Who else
Anne
is
Blair
here?
said we're all out of sync, and I've just looked, and we are.
We're out of sync.
Yeah,
With
Oh.
what? Audio visual out of sync.
yeah, we're out of sync.
Okay. I don't know what I can do about that. Let us know if that changes. Sharon says, this is a great look. Hello, everyone. Barry says, looks nice, David. Anne says, yeah, all out of sync. A up from Jenna, and let that sink in, says Rebecca Goodwill. A lovely sync-based joke there.
We're out of sync. Just let that sink in.
Right, let's kick off the show with the first song. In at number 6 this week. You've been voting, and in at number 6 this week, look what happens on the bottom. Ooh, all the numbers come in, the letters and the numbers come in. That's all fancy, isn't it? So in at number 6 this week is a song by Chris, Late for the Bus, from Baked, Best of Space Potatoes. Here we go.
make a fuss. I stayed up all night, but I'll be alright. I thought I'll get laid, now I've been paid. The manager's ringing and giving me grief. He's got no idea where I am. I only stay out to get some relief. I'm short of cash, developed a rash. My mate's at stage door, he can sell me some more. I've got no shame, this life is a game. They tried intervention but it didn't work. They made me do rehab in church. I texted to say that everything had worked. Pass me a beer, the day I'm so near. Drop me a line, and I'll be just fine. Give me a toke, this life is a joke. I met this new murder, she gives me the horn. It happens each tour in each town. I've been lying to you from dusk until dawn.
So yes, we got there. The visuals look amazing. Oh, the visuals are better than Windows Media Player.
Very good.
Loving the new look. Love the new look. Thank you very much. Please share this stream. Please also subscribe if you're watching on YouTube as well, or if you haven't been to YouTube already and subscribed. We've got a lot more people who like us on Facebook than on YouTube, so we really want to build up that YouTube audience because we're all about 2020 Rendezvous, the mini-series, as you all know. So last week, we had the best of. Everyone, all of us four, watched it. I actually did make it home in time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, but it was nice. What do you think of it? Looking back,
it was great.
Yeah, much stuff that I forgot about.
I just kept laughing. I'd forgotten about loads of it. It was really good.
It was good. I was drunk as well.
And what's new?
It doesn't happen as often.
Does it feel weird? Do you watch much of it back, Trev? Do you ever watch them back? Much?
When I'm certain parts of the house, but I've been working a lot, and half the time I just don't want to sit down glued to my phone.
No, I understand.
I haven't watched a lot back.
No, I mean, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. If I think it's a good one, I'll watch it back, and some of them I don't. But that's why I left it to Gage. I was like, well, you watch them every week. You put it together. So, no, I was quite...
I watched that one from start to finish.
He did a great job.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what led on to the new look, to be honest, because I looked at it and thought there's some really good content there and we're all having a laugh and the songs are great and everything. But it did look just a little bit too cheap even for me. I've got to say, I watched it back and thought that the content was much better than the production, and just had to up the game. So that's what all of that's what all this is about. But it's all going to be the same old shit. We're still going to do true or false, and we're still going to do all the other stuff exactly the same.
Oh, damn it! I didn't do me false.
I thought you came up with one.
I've got one ready.
I thought you came up with one. We got.
Oh no, I've got me true.
We'll come with you last then. Let's do one of you two. But we got a little kind of intro for it now. So I press the button and you get true or false come up on the screen. It's really, really good. So we'll do Trevor first. Let's go with Trev's first.
Is it? Right.
Yeah, so here we go. Wait for the intro. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, Trev.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
You're true or false?
Parallel lies.
That was a little bit of parallel lies there. So give us your true or false.
strange ones, these ones, but one is true, one's false. I once drank 2.5 bottles of red wine, ate a full plate of like assortment of cheese, different meats, Italian sausages and stuff like that.
Right.
Then I ate half a bag of dry roasted peanuts, the big party bag. So that was quite a lot. And then I ate half a bag of wine gums. Then I woke up having been sick in my mouth with most of it in my windpipe, gasping for breath, wondering what to do, and actually thought I was a goner for about a minute.
Bloody hell.
That's one of them. The other one, while working in LA on a show, we had a few days off. Not with you, it was a different band. This guy come up because he enjoyed the gig that much. Told me he was a film producer and he was having a get-together. He was actually a film producer of pornography. And he invited me on a day off to go in to watch it all getting done. And then we partied on into the night after it. It was mega. Right.
So, at home, which do you think is true? Put your answers in the comments while we have a chat about it.
That's they're both really good, them, Trev.
Yeah.
Well, one's true. One isn't.
I've
Just because it's you, I'm going to say number 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go with number 1. I've seen Trev polish off bottles of wine, bags of dry roasted peanuts, all kinds of food. Yeah, I'm going to go with number 1.
Dave?
I'm going number 2, I think. I mean...
I have worked in LA a lot.
Yeah.
And had lots of time off there as well.
What are the audience saying?
The LA thing, it seems to be something that I would know. Like we would have spoken about this, and I would have remembered that.
I was just going back. I actually.
How long ago is it? This porn incident.
7, 8, maybe 9, 10 years, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So we got Barry Organ saying number 2, the porn story, and Mike Crooks as well. And Brian Craven and Donna and David Mitchell, they're all saying 2, and Christine says 2, but Gage and Joe are saying 1, and Anne Blair is saying 1. I'm going with number 2. What did you say, Chris? You said
I said number 2. Just because Trev's so clean, it would make sense that it was a porn-related incident.
And Ricky's saying number 1. So
I'll go number 1.
Reveal to us, Trev. Is it number 2 or number 1?
Actually, number 1.
Hey!
I knew it.
And it happened last night. That's why I'm not drinking tonight.
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh, what
that was a goner.
Bloody hell.
Proper horrible. And what came out when I eventually got rid of it was a big lump, like a giant wine gum.
Oh, my Lord.
I hadn't even chewed half of them. That's ridiculous. So,
there you go, kids.
The nuts stayed down, the meat stayed down, but the wine gums didn't. They ended up in me windpipe bit.
Fucking hell, Trev.
Oh,
I know. Nearly went. So, lemonade tonight.
well, as Becca Goodwill says here, Mr. Jenkinson almost died. Imagine that. Oh,
Something I could cope with.
I'm well insured, I think, as long as the premiums are still going out.
yeah, but what would we have done tonight? We would have had a missing bit of the screen. I would have set it all up. Ricky would have been in the middle, like with half of him on Trevor's side and half of him on Ricky's side.
Yet, Trev.
I won't do that.
Come on. I've done all this work putting your name on there. We would have had to get someone else in. It would have been awful.
Yeah,
I mean, a right miserable street.
And you would have died.
Oh, yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to the number 5 position this week. And this one is particularly for Jackie. A few people voted for it, but she mentioned she voted for it as her favourite. And so this is for her. This is 1,000 Things at number 5.
changed. Manic minds in conversation, possessed but fearful all the same. We have beauty and destruction. Now I'm forever changed. 'Cause I can list 1,000 things that keep you in my life, but I can't do the same for others, trying as I might. You push the limits of my tolerance, made me find myself that way. Now I'm forever changed. 'Cause I can list 1,000 things that keep you in my life, but I can't do the same for others, trying as I might. Well, I could cry, but I'd rather see your smile. And I'm chasing my delusions all the time. I could deny, but I'd rather speak than lie. I feel crazy, but you never left my side. There's no regrets, but I'm empty and confused. I can't say there'll never be another you.
So there we go. That was 1,000 Things there at number 5. Yeah, people are saying there's a delay on Facebook. Absolutely nothing to do with us. I did check it on Facebook. I looked at my phone and people are saying it's gone now. But yeah, nothing to do with our end at all. It's fine on YouTube and it's the same software that's putting the same stream out. So, yep.
And said the video stuttered and then all sorted.
Maybe Facebook had an issue with their servers last week.
We need to get in contact with Zuckerberg and give him a kick in the ass.
Absolutely. Oh, let's have a look at Flossie. I'm going to zoom in on Flossie there. Hello, Flossie.
Flossie, you have to shout at Dave. She's too busy looking at records.
Flossie! Flossie!
Flossie.
From Coronation Street there. Get off the...
She's pulled the windshield.
Right
Oh, she's
Get
right.
off.
Look at that. Look at them. Oh dear. I should change your name to Chris and Flossie on the caption.
Oi, you've been... Oi. Look, people are looking here. Oi.
Oh.
Look that way. Look, there you go. No, just stuff to press and things to get on my nerves by pressing. Don't press any of that. I don't know what it does.
Well,
Brilliant.
They're saying that we're now out of sync. I have no idea what is going on with the possible sync problems, but we'll just put up with them tonight and review them for next time. I'm sorry about those. Right, so moving on, I want to talk about the members area very, very, very quickly. So let me go to the browser and have a look here, because you can sign up to our members area and look at all these videos you can see. And I've added a new one here for the crew chats with the making of. And we've got all the Spudathon members versions, all the behind the scenes stuff that we talk about, and we've got all of the full baked album and all of the previews for 14 as well. So you can go to 2020rendezvous.com and sign up and become a member. You can do that for free and you'll get a couple of these videos for free, or you can subscribe, and it's only £1 a week to subscribe. Only £1 a week. And that helps us with things like advertising, because we're trying to advertise 2020 Rendezvous and all of that kind of stuff. But what we did do earlier, because obviously this is a new layout. Oh, look, Flossie. Oh, hello, Flossie. What we did with our new layout is me and Ricky were having a little test. I got Ricky to call me, and then I got my phone and I got my iPad as well. And we connected them to the Zoom call and pretended that they were Chris and Trevor. And we did a bit of a test, and some of it was quite funny. And then it led into me testing the trailer. So we're going to play that clip for you now, and then it will actually go into the trailer, which is what I did in the test. But we had Chris as Jesus the Pen, and we had Trevor as a little toy alien. So, yeah, have a look at me and Ricky messing around earlier. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the stream, blah, 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 pretending to be here. We are here with Ricky. Say hello, Ricky.
I love shoving egg salad up my arse.
That's true. And we got Trevor there looking normal, and we've got Chris there looking very holy.
I've got 4 loaves.
I've got 4 fish.
I've got 4 fish.
Oh, dear.
Honestly, there's something in the women's psyche that I can't figure it out. We never will. It's a never-ending book.
What?
Just a book of shit that you'll try and read and you'll try and figure it out, and you never will.
And that's women.
Yeah. I like that. Just the things that they do. I don't understand it, and you try and go along with their weird ways. And so I was saying before about, like, you know, if they've just had a baby and it's Mother's Day, and she'll go to the husband, "Oh, you got to get me a card from the baby." It's like, but it's a baby. Yeah, but you got to get me a card. Yeah, but you can't write. Yeah, but you've got to get me a card. But you can't pay for it. Yeah, but you've got to get me a card. So you buy this card and you write in stupid fucking writing, "Happy Mother's Day" or "Happy Birthday," make it look absolute shit, and then they open it and then they go, "Oh, look what he's written." It's like, you cunt, I've done all of that.
Well,
never trust anything that bleeds for a week and lives. Stupid fucking things.
Well, I'm going to play the trailer, test that.
The dates that we were supposed to be playing have now been rescheduled for June, July.
That's ridiculous.
He put so much stock into how great the world was going to be in 2020, and of course we get there.
We could do the 2020 Rendezvous tour. All the legal stuff's done, dusted now, and old ancient history. But unfortunately now, we're not doing anything. I'm talking to you from home.
I don't even know what the French word for rendezvous is.
Have you read what I put on my flipping CV?
Being childish.
Yeah.
2020 is cancelled.
2020 rendezvous. You and me, me and you. 2020 rendezvous. There's so much that we can do. 2020 rendezvous. Borderless like the EU. 2020 rendezvous.
There we go. That was a clip of us testing the system earlier. Did you like your look, Trev, with that little alien?
Loved it.
Oh.
I like aliens. I like aliens.
What do you like about them?
Well, I've met a few. At least
Right.
I think they're aliens, but I can't say it live on air.
Really?
Well, there's loads in Japan. They're in disguise.
What?
Tiny people with big eyes.
Okay.
That's Bonnie at a rave. Oh,
Not
big
big
fish,
eyes.
little fish,
Odd-shaped
cardboard
eyes.
box.
Oh, dear. Anyway, Chris, true or false? Let's do the next true or false, everyone.
Okay, I'll try my best here with this bundle of fun. So,
hang on. Can wait for the music to go. Now go.
So, once at a pub in Manchester, I was mistaken for Jamie Oliver, and the guy kept going, "Oh, none of that, no low-fat malarkey. Will you bugger off? None of that low-fat malarkey." And the other one, number 2, is that once at a gig with my dad, I was mistaken for Stephen Hendry. This woman was convinced that I was Stephen Hendry because back then I was quite spotty and had a fringe and it was blonde and whatnot, and I was skinny. Back in, do you know who Stephen Hendry is? Don't you, the snooker player?
Snooker player, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Whichever one do you think?
Ooh.
So Jamie Oliver in a pub or Stephen Hendry at a gig when I was about 15, 16?
Jamie Oliver's quite rounded, isn't he?
This is way back. This is like in the 90s.
I'd imagine it'd be Stephen Hendry, personally,
Yeah, I
because
think
he's
so,
the sort
yeah.
of, person that's going to be hanging around a pub where you'd be doing a gig or something like that. Whereas Jamie Oliver, he's too busy dribbling to go to the pub.
He's too busy covering himself in olive oil.
Too busy rolling his tongue back in his mouth.
Yes,
Hello, everyone.
He's a lovely chap. I don't know him. I'm just having a go.
Today we're going to be making cornflakes. Right, let's start off with 7 bottles of olive oil.
We've got Anne Blair, Jill, Gage, Mike, Joe, Jarrett, Evelyn, David, Brian, all saying 2, and it's only Bex saying 1.
I'm going to go with 2. Yeah.
2.
Dave?
Yeah, well, I'm going with the Stephen Hendry. That was the number 2, wasn't it? So, which is it?
It was number 1.
Oh, wow.
And Jenna was next to me as it was happening, wasn't you? And honestly, they go, "You're that guy," because he used to be on an advert saying none of that low-fat malarkey, and he just kept, the drunk man in the pub who doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
And he was like, "None of that low-fat malarkey. That's you, that. It is, that's you, innit? That's you, you're that guy." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm from Salford." He's like, "No, you're that guy. None of that low." And he went on for to the point where we left.
So nothing like you.
I know. I mean, obviously I didn't have a beer back then. I was thinner, but oh dear me, it was just driving me mad.
Right, let's move on to this week's
yeah,
number
Jenna
4.
just pointed out.
All
Sorry,
right.
he wanted an autograph. That's how convinced he was that I was Jamie Oliver.
Why would
Should
you
have
want
done
an
it.
autograph for Jamie Oliver?
I don't know.
Because he's famous.
Strange.
What would he sign an autograph with? Like a
Olive oil?
breadstick. Like a breadstick.
Dipped in garlic butter.
It's better than signing a record contract in starch.
Potato starch.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
dear.
going to make you famous.
Right, let's move on to number 4 this week. This week's number 4 you voted for. An old favourite, written about the one and only Trevor. This is Mr. Jenkinson.
I'll say that. What you doing?
Mr. Jenkinson, you're very, very clean.
Very, very clean.
But you've got a dirty mind. Life's unkind and you're that way. Mr. Jenkinson, you're working very hard. But you haven't time to think. You're on the brink of something. But I don't mind. If the people knew what you were like, when you're on your own and late at night. Mr. Jenkinson, you're locked up in your room. Locked up in your room? The secrets that you keep are far too deep for everyone. Mr. Jenkinson, what's in that little bag?
Whatever's in that bag?
The kinkiness you hide deep inside. We'd like to hear from you. I've often wondered if you had a girl, would she change the makeup of your world? Mr. Jenkinson, Mr. Jenkinson, we only want to know what you get up to. Mr. Jenkinson, you're very, very clean. Very, very clean. But you've got a dirty mind. I don't mind that you're that way. It's fine.
Oh, back. Hey.
Ricky, your mum said I look more like Stephen Hendry. I've gone right off her.
Well, some people are saying there's still technical difficulties on Facebook, but I looked on YouTube while that song was playing and it all seemed pretty much in sync. I mean, the thing is the Zoom calls are a little bit out of sync anyway. Oh, there's some big domestic going on there.
It's all kicking right off at the Barnes household.
Bossie's hurt herself, that's all.
Oh, poor little thing.
What's she done?
No, she just hurt herself, that's all.
So, Trev.
Yes.
Your new song, you're not your new song, but the song we're going to play, as everyone knows, because they watch every week, we always play one of Trev's songs nowadays. And
Yes.
this song is called Spiral Q. Tell us a bit about this.
Spiral Q.
Yeah. That's what it says on here.
Oh, that's just a little marker so I knew I'd chop the start and the end off.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I put
what's
a Q.
the song called?
Spiral.
Oh, well, it's going to come up on the screen as Spiral Q because that's what the file
That's
name
all right.
is.
Oh, Spiral Q's all right, I suppose. It is a bit of a Q. It's all about getting famous and it all going out of control, like a spiral.
What year was this?
Oh, God.
18...
After the other ones.
Lovely. So it's
There
been
we
like
go.
82, 83.
Probably about 90.
Carbon date that.
There we go. Well, this is Spiral, not Spiral Q, although it says Spiral Q.
Yeah.
This is Spiral by Trev. Here we go.
Look at me now, I'm moving the light. Think how I feel, doesn't seem right. We reach out so far for the top of the tree. I'm trying so hard to help you to see. Is it a game that people play? Do we ever win the day? Does it all end up in sorrow? We must try again tomorrow. If you win the deadly race, how soon will it get your face? When you made it to the top, you find the spiral never stops. You got to obey the things that they say. So just toe the line and wait for your time. Is it a game that people play? Do we ever win the day? Or does it all end up in sorrow? We must try again tomorrow. If you win the deadly race, how soon will it get your face? So when you made it to the top, you find the spiral never stops. I'll get there one day. It's my turn to play. See the guys that can win outside looking in.
Great stuff.
Yeah, that's great there.
Yeah.
Nice one, Trev.
Played that in, didn't it? There's a little story behind that. When I did the overdub guitar solo, one of the guys in his flat where we recorded it was sneaking along the carpet with a cushion to put under my foot because I was tapping the floor with my foot. And he was always getting complaints from this guy that lived underneath him about any noise at all. So he stuck a cushion under my foot so I didn't have to stop tapping my foot, which I thought was very good of him.
There you go.
Well, lots of people are saying intro not out of place on a ZZ Top album. Anne Blair loves the album name that I put up for it because the album name I gave you was Trevor Says You Can't Play That. That's the album name I've given to all the songs you've given me.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
you can't play that.
You can't play that.
That's brilliant.
So we got Evelyn Anderson saying, love the track, Trevor. Nice one, Trevor, from Mike Crooks. Yet another good one, Trevor, from Anne Blair. Loving it, Trev, from Jill. Christine, very nice voice. Very true, very nice voice. Donna says, another good one, Trevor. Jackie, love it. They're all just loving it. I'm not going to read out every single one because it would take too long. But
brilliant, thank you.
Are you going to make an album, Trevor? All the tracks we've discovered deserve it, says Christine.
I'd like to, but I don't know where I would do it.
Right, do it. We come down here for a week. We'll knock it out.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, just come around. You know, you got the run of about 60 guitars and got pedals and amps. I've got all the technology. We could have a good old week doing it, Trev.
I'd have to remember how to play them, wouldn't I?
No, I'll just fix it on the software.
That's
what I do with me.
They're all very easy to play. Just
I don't know.
Chords in the wrong place.
There was that proggy one you did the other week.
That was ridiculous.
That
was like Giant.
That was brilliant.
That was because of the drummer. We used to work together, and we used to feed off each other.
Not far off though.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. Love that track. Love them all.
It'd be good to record them. Right?
So let's plan that for some time. That would be good. Let's move on. I want to know. We want to know. If you haven't watched 2020 Rendezvous, then why haven't you watched 2020 Rendezvous? That's madness. Why are you watching this and haven't watched it? But I'm assuming that everyone here has watched 2020 Rendezvous. We want to know, not now in the comments, just think about it, leave us messages, post about it. We want to know what your favourite bits are because we're cutting out little clips and putting them on YouTube, as well as favourite bits from the Spudathons as well, you know, because people like those bite-sized 3-minute, 4-minute videos or whatever. So just let us know all your favourite bits of any of it, 2020 Rendezvous and the Spudathons, because we're going to clip them out, whack them up. Ricky's going to be doing some of that. I've been teaching him video editing from afar. And he put up his first video the other day, didn't you? It's very good.
I did.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, we want to know what your favourite bits are, but we should maybe do my true or false because I don't know if Ricky has thought of his false yet.
I've got one.
Okay, well let's do yours now. Let's get the intro music out of the way. Here we go.
Oh, all right.
Ricky, what is your true or false?
So, back in the day when I was gymming it up, I used to go to the gym, believe it or not. I lost quite a lot of weight. And I went to the gym one day and was giving it large on the treadmill. And I'd lost my footing and I went arse over tip in front of the people running behind me, which was a bit embarrassing. True story. And my second one is that I had a really rude cab driver once who it was one of them that kept getting lost and just going different routes and just going the long way round. And when I tried to say, here mate, if you chuck a so-and-so here, chuck a left here, he'd be like, oh, I've been doing this, quite a while, mate. I do know where I'm going. Just one of those typical horrible rude cab drivers. And I thought, do you know what, mate? Fuck you. And when I got out of the cab, I wiped a bogey on the back of his headrest as a fuck you.
Oh dear, what was that? Sorry, I just hit
both of them are possibilities. I heard about your treadmill activities in the gym watching football or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, I used to run through entire albums and football games and stuff like that. I proper went for it. But this one time I lost my footing and fucking went arse over tip.
I still think two myself.
Yeah, you see, I know you, Ricky, and I know you are a constant nose picker of the highest order.
Yeah.
Sort of.
You love having a good old rummage round up there.
No, I'm not. I'm looking for yesterday's food.
Oh.
I'm not picking bogies. I'm just seeing if there's any food left from
Technically, you eat, and that gives you the material that makes the bogies. So technically, the bogies is... Can
I just point out, I don't fucking eat bogies, because this is sounding like I'm fucking eating bogies here.
Right, what are people saying at home?
Let's go to the jury.
So, we've got Evelyn and Anne and David all saying number one, but most people, Jackie, Rebecca, Mike, Joe, Barry and Donna and Gage are all saying two. Got to say, I'm going with the old bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Two.
So that's all three of us. So is it number one or number two, Ricky?
It's actually number two.
Hey.
What's big old fucking booger right on the back of his headrest and thought, fuck off.
I don't
get
knew
his
it. Of
extra
course
money,
it
wasn't
was.
Don't fucking cut me off. I'm paying you money. You know, you go where I tell you to go, mate. If you don't, you end up with a load of fucking shit on the back of your headrest.
Thing is I know this as a driver, and I'm sure anyone out there who's a driver will know. When you have a car and you drive in the driver's seat, you don't really ever sit in the back of the car, so you don't see what goes on the back of the headrest or whatever's in the footwell. You know, sometimes so rare that I ever sit in anywhere except the driving position in one of my cars.
The reason I sit in the back is because you don't, you know, if you sit in the front, they go, "Oh, put your seatbelt on," but in the back, you just sit behind them. They don't tell you to put your seatbelt on.
Why don't you want to wear a seatbelt?
Yeah,
because I want 10 tons of gingerness flying towards him if we crash.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to survive, but then again, neither is he.
That's true.
He'll survive the crash. He just won't survive the wrecking ball fucking coming towards behind him.
Right, this week's number 3. You all voted, and this week's number 3 from 14 is damaged breathing. So here we go.
This moment's never happened before.
Right. That was Damaged Breathing there. I almost forgot what song it is. I had to look at my list. Even though I could hear it, I was just enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the trippy colours, man. They're good fun.
Looks good. I finally got it working again.
Oh. I didn't know you had internet up north.
I've got 4 gig.
Oh, dear.
Chris hates that. I know it. He just doesn't like. Look at his face. No, he just hates it. I've got 4 gigs.
Funny.
Oh. And if the pandemic goes on any longer, it'll be, I've got £4.
Yeah.
I've not even got that now.
I've got £4.
Oh, dear.
It's the classic.
Right, let's do my true or false. So, Chris disappeared within the titles coming up. And
I was picking this up.
Nice.
What's that?
What's that?
Got it off Love Honey.
Gotta say, give it back to Gemma.
Right, here's my true or false. At an awards show in London about 12 years ago, I had a very awkward conversation with two guys from Kasabian. It was actually a nice conversation, but it was a little bit awkward. And I'm not sure why we had the conversation. I'm not sure if they knew why we had the conversation, but it was weird and pleasant nonetheless. Or, number 2, I was at an awards show and I was in the toilet having a piss, and there was Julian Temple, who directed Oil City Confidential, which is all about the... and
the Great Rock and Roll Swindle.
The Great Rock and Roll Swindle. Anyway, we got into a conversation while both having a piss, standing next to each other. And then as we walked out, he started shouting abuse at Jean-Michel Jarre, who was on stage getting an award. And then when everyone turned around to see who was shouting the abuse, the way the light was coming down was more on me than him, and everyone looked at me as if I'd been shouting it. So one of those 2 stories is true, and one of them is false. You decide.
In what way was the conversation awkward with the chaps from Kasabian?
Well, it was kind of weird because I'd been to Glastonbury a few times VIP, and I'd seen them around, and I'm quite particularly back then, I had my big curly hair sort of out like that. I'm quite a person that you'd sort of notice. I don't blend in the background. So I'd been in a lot of places where they'd been. I'd also been to an MTV Music Awards and I'd seen them, and we kind of been around in bars, and this was like the 6th or 7th time that we'd been like that. So they came up and started chatting with me because I think they assumed that I was famous and I was someone in the industry that they should know. So therefore they started talking to me as if I was, and I didn't really know who they were because I'm not really into Kasabian. So we had this kind of lovely conversation, clearly not knowing who each other were, but pretending that we kind of did, and it was a little bit awkward, but also very pleasant. They just seemed like genuinely normal, sort of down-to-earth people just having a chat. So that was the Kasabian one.
Yeah.
But it could be a lie. And the other one's Julian Temple.
I think 1.
I'm going for the Kasabian story. Yeah.
I'm going to go with number 2 because it's quite in depth and it's just so random, like Jean-Michel. Don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go with number 2. Fuck it.
So the people at home are saying Jackie's going number 2, Evelyn's saying number 2, and Christine saying number 2, and Brian saying number 2, but everyone else is saying number 1. There's more 1s, I think, just a few more 1s. Well, I have to tell you, it is number 2. It's the Julian Temple story. And I'll tell you why. Because the Kasabian one almost happened. I did see them about 7 times in the space of 2 years at things. And we walked past each other and they kind of do a double take. They go, all right, mate. Well, not like that because they don't talk like that from up north. But they kind of do that. All right, mate. And I go, all right, like that. And we kind of almost got to the point where they'd look over to come and over and have a conversation just because we happened to be in the same place at the same time. But we never actually had the awkward conversation, but there was definitely an awkwardness. But the truth is, I was at the Q Awards and Julian Temple was there with Wilco Johnson, who I recorded a couple of albums for. I've known him for many, many years.
Legend.
He's a legend. And he was there with Julian Temple and they were picking up the award for Old City Confidential that night. So I was chatting with Wilco, and then I was in the toilet, and Julian was saying, "How do you know Wilco?" And I talked to him. We had a good old chat while having a piss and we were in the toilet, and then walked out, and then just started sounding like Ricky at the beginning of 2020 Rendezvous, but just shouting abuse. You know, you fucking room, you fucking, and then just like really just screaming abuse while Jean-Michel Jarre's trying to give a speech, you know, to collect an award. And then he's where these lights are kind of coming down in a row around the outside. We're standing at the outside, or kind of like on the edge. The light's kind of looking at me and not at him, and everyone's looking around at me. And I'm like, I'm not even with this guy. I'm not even his mate. You know, I just met him in the toilet. You know, and it's like everyone's looking. And it was a bit weird. I met Alex James from Blur that night, and I almost felt like I needed to say, "Oh, it wasn't me." You know, that was. So yeah,
brilliant.
That was the truth of that one.
Fantastic.
Good one.
So let's move on to the number 2 this week. The number 2 this week is Them and Us, one of I think the newest song from 14. So thank you, everyone.
Actively worked against me again and again. How can you smile at me on stage when the darkness inside consumes you with paranoid rage? With you it's only to be expected. The respect I had for you's been rejected, but it's still them and us against the world. The two of us digging our holes. When we grow up, maybe we'll be friends. Twist the knife in my back whenever it's turned. How can you soundly sleep at night? Dividing us up just so long as your ego's alright. It's easy to forget we're human when your life is like that show with Truman. But it's still them and us against the world. The two of us digging our holes. When we grow up, maybe we'll be friends. Until that time
So there we go. That was Them and Us, the latest one from 14, the unfinished album. All of these are still unfinished. You're listening to the demos. I want to get Emily to do some vocals on that. I also need some Chris and Ricky vocals at some point. So, what were people saying about that? That was this is great. I've been voting since it was first played. Thank you, Evelyn. Anne also voted for it. Thank you, Anne. And Christine says, different Curly Fries tracks today. Yes, well, it'd be nice if everyone votes for different stuff. Remember, you can go to 2020rendezvous.com, go to the Spudathons page and vote. Also, sign up to be a member and all of that stuff. Should we move on to the bit of Jesus time for the week? I've got a great prayer for everyone here.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's time for a bit of Jesus time. Everyone likes a bit of Jesus time. So, I need to get the music going here. I need to be able to hear this music to get in the vibe for it. There we go. So this is a very topical one. Dear Jesus, I need to ask you about some stories in the news this week. First story. Israel becoming the dominant travel method over air travel. The French are passing some law banning internal flights due to climate change, which begs the question, Israel dominating its region. Is it right? On to my second news story of the week. In the Queen's house, they have a rare pre-war beer glass, and it's known as the Palace Stein. The Palace Stein is not what it was after being broken during a war. You don't see the Palace Stein at official functions anymore, and some want to restore it to its original condition. So Jesus, if you can chip in with the Israel dominating and Palace Stein restoration news, that would be great. We always appreciate your words of wisdom, you omnipresent master. Everyone give us an amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Woo!
Very topical.
Jesus time there. Hang on, where's the
Very
music?
topical.
Oh no, Jesus time didn't go in again. Oh, I messed it up. That was the point. I was meant to go to the prayer thing. Hey, I had to mess something up the show, didn't I?
An hour and 10.
There we go. So that was a bit of topical Jesus time there. Obviously talking about the rail system there and beer glasses in the palace.
Beer goggles.
Now people are saying it's frozen, and then some people aren't. So I think it must be your end, not our end. Let's play the number one for this week. Anyone's got a guess on what the number one is coming out of you three? What do you think it's going to be?
Monday.
Yeah. Is it 2020 Rendezvous?
Both of you are wrong. Trevor?
Oh, are we? Bugger. Trev?
Don't know. There's one I really like and I can't remember the name of it.
Describe it.
Spacious.
Oh, that's Second Sight.
The one that reminds me of... Is it Second Sight?
Yeah, I sing your words. Yeah.
Well, it's not that one. It's not that one.
God damn it.
Actually, Jill's got it right on Facebook. Jill and Evelyn Anderson, they both got it right. My boy again, says Jill. That's Ricky's mum.
Oh, Foxes.
And Evelyn Anderson says Foxes. So, here's our number one for this week. Foxes.
I do like...
Have you seen the news today? It's not looking good. Everyone's going crazy now, but we knew that they would. 'Cause it's what they love to do. Well, how have you been? today. It won't be easy. It's gonna be hard to pick yourself back up again and remember who you are. If I could tell you, I've got so much to say. We'll blame it on the media until they fade away. Have you heard the news today? It's the same old shit. People falling for the latest lie, and it's making them rich. Yeah, it's just what they do. One day they'll disappear, and hopefully they won't return. I hope your eggs go up in flames and we'll watch as they burn. We'll blame it on the media in turn. It won't be easy. It's gonna be hard to pick yourself back up again and remember who you are. If I could tell you, I've got so much to say. We'll blame it on the media until they fade away. It won't be easy. It's gonna be hard to pick yourself back up again and remember who you are. If I could tell you, I've got so much to say. We'll blame it on the media until they go away. It won't be easy. It's gonna be hard to pick yourself back up again and remember who you are. If I could tell you, I've got so much to say. We'll blame it on the media until they go away.
Oh dear. So,
can't
got some
probably.
great. It doesn't spell out anything. The Morse code at the end doesn't spell anything. We've got some great comments on here. So we got another. Well, Jill said she got it right. Of course she did. Mike Crooks, another great tune. Christine said, "I love that one. It's my favourite. Thanks, Ricky. It's a great song, Ricky, from Sharon. So catchy. This one from Donna. It's a great track. Well done, Mrs. Howard's little boy." But the best comment of the lot is Christine saying, "He's got such a beautiful voice when he doesn't burp."
What do you say about that, Ricky?
Just thank you very much. I'm glad you like the track, and you know, I'm glad that Christine likes my voice when I'm not burping. But yeah, thanks for everyone who voted. I'm glad you like the track.
Evelyn's saying, "Is them
You
and
don't
us
want an MTV
available?"
award, bloody hell.
Yeah, well, I would have gone full camera on you like that if I knew you were going to give a speech. Evelyn's saying, "Is them and us
record label?
Is them and us available to play in the Spudathon?" I think you mean in the members area. I will upload it. I probably haven't yet, and I apologise for that. So, a few bits of last bits before we go. We're going to do an episode 2 commentary at some point. We haven't decided when. I'm thinking that we've got another bank holiday weekend next week, so we might do the bank holiday Monday because we did the last one on the bank holiday Monday. I know that doesn't mean anything to you people in America, but to us, we have like a holiday, public holiday over here on the end of May. So what do you think? could do that. Do episode 2 commentary on that evening.
Yeah, might be away, but yeah.
Oh, you might be away. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we won't do it then. Well, we'll look at it for another time. But yeah, we're going to do that at some point. So keep your ears out for that. Or we might do it sooner. We might do it Thursday or Friday this week or something like that. Who knows?
I'm probably working at Saucebox.
Oh yeah. Well,
Fridays are all right. I'm all right on Friday because I don't do Friday night. We've got someone
might
in-
do Friday. That'd be interesting to do. But really, what we want you to do is obviously tell people about 2020 Rendezvous. You know, it's starting to get more views, and people who watch it really, really love it. I mean, Ricky was telling me about
share it.
Yeah, a friend of his who'd only just sort of discovered it and absolutely loved it recently. And I get the messages through. People are really liking it, but we really need to get it out to other people, influencers. You know, tweet it to people you follow on Twitter that have got a lot of influence. You know, if you
I
go,
was going to say, my friend, I was saying to Dave earlier, Chris and Trev, my friend Richie messaged me during the week and said he's just started watching the first episode, and he just said he was absolutely pissing himself. He said like the chemistry and just it's all just. He said it's just absolutely brilliant. So that was nice of him to.
a lot of people
say
do
so.
love the hydrocarbons. So there we go. So yeah, email, if you go on YouTube as well, you can go to the About page on your favourite influencers YouTube channel, and you can click a little thing that reveals their email address, and usually you can actually get the direct email address for the account for your favourite influencer. So why not just drop them an email and say, hey, there's this thing, you might like it. You know, send it to them. We're not asking them to share it or anything. Just send it to people. If they like it, they'll share it on their own. We don't need to ask them. We just want people to know about it. That's the most important stuff. So, and thank you for your great feedback on this. Look, it can only get better. We're trying to up our production values all the time and sort of keep you entertained. Please subscribe on YouTube and all of that. And please, when you see us put something up on Facebook, just like it and leave a comment, because then that gets through to more people. We're really struggling on Facebook. We seem to get through, we've got 600 odd people that like the page, and we get through to about 20 or the same 20, 25 people unless we pay for reach. So every like, every comment, even if it's just an inane post, you know, just leaving a comment helps it get up, just sort of thumbs up, anything. Doesn't matter what it is. So thank you all.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
But for now, we should all say goodbye. Say goodbye, Ricky. Trev? Chris?
Goodbye.
And it's also goodbye from me. See you later, Space Potatoes. Thanks a lot. See you next week. Same time,
Bye.
7 o'clock Sunday. Bye.
2020.